Hola amigos, welcome back to Confident Spanish. Today we have a lesson cooked up just for you. We're diving into the wild world of the kitchen with the 65 Spanish words you'll ever need in your whole life. Knowing this vocab is important because if you don't know these words, you might just end up setting off the smoke alarm. So grab your frying pan and let's get started. The kitchen is the heart of the home, or at least that's what people with fancy kitchens say. For the rest of us, it's where we burn toast, spill milk, and sometimes manage to make a meal. Let's start with the first group of words before something catches fire. First, let's cover some basic words. You know, the ones that you need before you even start cooking. Otherwise, you'll be lost in translation, and probably in the kitchen too. Cocina means kitchen. Easy, right? Just don't confuse it with cocino, which means I cook. Voy a la cocina. I'm going to the kitchen. And let's hope you come back with something edible. Estufa is the stove, and that's where the magic happens, or the disasters. Puse la olla en la estufa. I put the pot on the stove. Just don't forget about it and burn the house down. Horno means oven. Perfect for baking cookies or burning them to a crisp. Precalienta el horno. Preheat the oven. Refri or nevera both mean fridge. It's where you hide the leftovers you'll never eat. Saca la leche del refri. Take the milk out of the fridge. And maybe throw out that mystery Tupperware while you're at it. Fregadero means sink, where all the dishes end up when you don't want to deal with them. Lava los platos en el fregadero. Wash the dishes in the sink. Or just let them soak forever. Now, let's move on to the tools of the trade. These are the items that will help you chop, stir, and occasionally fling food across the kitchen. Cuchillo means knife. But be careful with this one, unless you want to add some red to your salsa. Corta las verduras con un cuchillo. Cut the vegetables with a knife. And maybe keep a band-aid nearby. Tenedor means fork. Essential for eating, unless you're a caveman. Usa el tenedor para la ensalada. Use the fork for the salad, or for stabbing that piece of meat that keeps gaping. Cuchara means spoon. Perfect for soups or for eating ice cream straight out of the container. Revuelve la sopa con la cuchara. Stir the soup with the spoon. Just try not to spill it everywhere. Taza means cup or mug. For coffee, for tea, or for pretending drinking water while you're actually drinking wine. Llena la taza con café. Fill the cup with coffee, because we all need that morning kick. Plato means plate. To hold your food before it becomes a mess on the floor. Pon la comida en el plato. Put the food on the plate and hope it stays there. Sartén means frying pan. Great for frying eggs or burning pancakes. Fríe los huevos en la sartén. Fry the eggs in the frying pan. Olla means pot. For soups, stews, and other things that can bubble over. Cocina la sopa en la olla. Cook the soup in the pot. And maybe keep an eye on it this time. Tabla de cortar means cutting board. Save your countertops, guys. Corta las verduras en la tabla de cortar. Cut the vegetables on the cutting board, because scratches on the counter are not stylish. Let's move on to some bigger items. These are the heavyweights of the kitchen, both in function and in how much they weigh when you try to move them. Microondas means microwave, for those of us who don't have time to actually cook. Calienta la comida en el microondas. Heat the food in the microwave. Just don't put metal in it, unless you want fireworks. Licuadora means blender, for smoothies, soups, and margaritas. Haz un batido en la licuadora. Make a smoothie in the blender. And watch the lid or you'll be cleaning the ceiling. Batidora means mixer. Perfect for baking or for pretending that you are in a cooking show. Bate la masa con la batidora. Mix the dough with the mixer. Tostadora means toaster, for making toast or burning it to a crisp. Pon el pan en la tostadora. Put the bread in the toaster. Cafetera means coffee maker, for that morning cup of sanity. Prepara café en la cafetera. Make coffee in the coffee maker, because nobody wants to talk to you before coffee. Lavavajillas means dishwasher, the magical machine that saves you from dishpan hands. Pon los platos en el lavavajillas. Put the plates in the dishwasher, and don't forget to turn it on. Now let's get into some cooking terms. You know, the actions that turn raw ingredients into something hopefully edible. Cocinar means to cook, what I'm supposed to be doing now in the kitchen. Voy a cocinar la cena. I'm going to cook dinner, or at least try to. Hornear means to bake, for cakes, cookies, and born hopes. Voy a hornear un pastel. I'm going to bake a cake, and I hope it rises. Freír means to fry, because everything tastes better fried. Voy a freír las papas. I'm gonna fry the potatoes, and maybe clog an artery or two. Hervir means to boil, for pasta, eggs, and lava hot water. Voy a hervir el agua. I'm gonna boil the water, and I hope it doesn't overflow. Asar means to roast or grill, for meats, veggies, and maybe some marshmallows. Voy a asar el pollo. I'm gonna roast the chicken. Mezclar means to mix, for combining ingredients into a beautiful mess. Voy a mezclar los ingredientes. I'm gonna mix the ingredients and try not to spill it all. Cortar means to cut, for making everything smaller and more manageable. Voy a cortar las verduras. I'm gonna cut the vegetables. And try to keep all your fingers. Pelar means to peel, for getting rid of those pesky skins. Voy a pelar las papas. I'm gonna peel the potatoes, and maybe avoid peeling my own skin. Rallar means to grate, for cheese, carrots, and knuckles. Voy a rallar el queso. I'm gonna grate the cheese. Batir means to beat or whisk, for eggs, cream, and frustration. Voy a batir los huevos. I'm gonna whisk the eggs and try not to make a mess. Saltear means to saute, for quickly cooking things in a pan. Voy a saltear las verduras. I'm gonna saute the vegetables and hope they don't stick. The next word on the... wait, I'll tell you the next word in a second. I just got a reminder from the Unacademy app to complete my streak. Would you guys help me out? Let's do the at the table lesson. Disculpe. While at a restaurant, you can use disculpe to get the server's attention. It means excuse me, and it's a respectful way to get someone's attention. Translate to Spanish. Excuse me? Disculpe. Match the following. Un sándwich means a sandwich, of course, easy. Por favor means please, right? Translate to English. Disculpe, una pizza, por favor. Excuse me, a pizza, please. Identify from options. Agua, it's the picture right here. The glass of water, vaso de agua. Translate this sentence. Excuse me, please. Disculpe, por favor. Translate this sentence. Disculpe, una mesa, por favor. Excuse me, a table, please. Match the following. Disculpe, excuse me. Un café, a coffee. Una mesa, a table, right. Agua, easy, water. And that's it. I completed my streak. Thank you guys for your help. And don't forget to download the Unacademy app to never miss your Spanish lesson of the day. Now let's continue with the next word. Now let's talk about ingredients. These are the stars of the kitchen show, unless you are the type to burn water, in which case, good luck. Aceite means oil, for frying, sauteing, and adding flavor. Pon un poco de aceite en la sartén. Put a little oil in the pan. Azúcar means sugar, for sweetening your life. Añade azúcar al café. Add sugar to the coffee. And that's what I would say if I were crazy. because coffee doesn't need sugar. Sal means salt, for seasoning everything under the sun. Añade sal a la sopa. Add salt to the soup, but don't overdo it unless you like hypertension. Pimienta means pepper, salt's trusty sidekick. Añade pimienta al pollo. Add pepper to the chicken. And try not to sneeze. Harina means flour, for baking, thickening, and making a mess. Añade harina a la mezcla. Add flour to the mix. Leche means milk, for cereal, coffee, and cookie dunking. Pon leche en el café. Put milk in the coffee, but definitely don't add sugar. Huevo means egg, for breakfast, baking, and egging houses. Not recommended. Rompe un huevo en el sartén. Crack an egg into the pan. Mantequilla means butter, for cooking, baking, and heart attacks. Pon mantequilla en el sartén. Put butter into the pan, because everything is better with butter. Pan means bread, for sandwiches, toast, and carb loading. Corta el pan. Cut the bread. Queso means cheese, for sandwiches, pasta, and cheesy smiles. Raya el queso. Grate the cheese, and try not to eat it all before it's on the food. Wow, we're not done yet. Cacerola means casserole dish, for those delicious baked meals. Cocina la lasaña en la cacerola. Cook the lasagna in the casserole dish. Colador means colander, for draining pasta or washing veggies. Escurre la pasta en el colador. Drain the pasta in the colander and try not to let any spaghetti escape. Espátula means, well, you know what it means. For flipping pancakes or burgers. Voltea las hamburguesas con la espátula. Flip the burgers with the spatula and try not to flip them onto the floor. Tostador means toaster oven, for baking or cooking small items. Usa el tostador para hacer pan tostado. Use the toaster oven to make toast, because who likes soggy bread? Báscula means scale, for measuring ingredients precisely. Pesa los ingredientes en la báscula. Weigh the ingredients on the scale and avoid those extra calories. Topper means Tupperware, for storing leftovers. Guarda la comida en el topper. Store the food in the Tupperware. Plato hondo means bowl, for mixing or serving. Mezcla los ingredientes en el plato hondo. Mix the ingredients in the bowl. Mortero means mortar, for grinding spices or making pesto. Muele las especias en el mortero. Grind the spices in the mortar. Abrelatas means can opener. Usa el abrelatas para abrir la lata. Use the can opener to open the can. Frasco means jar, and you can also use it as a Tupperware, right? Pon las sobras en el frasco. Put the leftovers in the jar. Papel de cocina means paper towel, for cleaning up messes. Limpia el derrame con papel de cocina. Clean the spill with paper towel, because accidents happen. Cucharón means ladle, for serving soups and stews. Sirve la sopa con el cucharón. Serve the soup with the ladle. Sartén de hierro means cast iron skillet, for heavy-duty cooking. Cocina la carne en el sartén de hierro. Cook the meat in the cast iron skillet and get a workout lifting it. Rodillo means rolling pin, for rolling out dough. Estira la masa con el rodillo. Roll out the dough with the rolling pin and maybe work out some stress. Rejilla means cooling rack, for cooling baked goods. Enfría las galletas en la rejilla. Cool the cookies in the cooling rack. Jarra means pitcher, for serving drinks. Llena la jarra con limonada. Fill the jar with lemonade, or maybe something stronger. Not judgment here. Tamiz means sieve, for sifting flour or staining liquids. Tamiza la harina con el tamiz. Sift the flour with the sieve. Pinzas means tongs, for grabbing or turning food. Usa las pinzas para la carne. Use the tongs for the meat and pretend you're a good chef. Picadora means chopper, For chopping veggies and nuts. Pica las nueces con la picadora. Chop the nuts with the chopper. Tetera means teapot, for brewing tea. Prepara el té en la tetera. Brew the tea in the teapot. Tabla de queso, cheese board, for serving cheese and snacks. Sirve el queso en la tabla de queso. Serve the cheese in the cheese board. Mandolina means mandolin slicer, for slicing veggies thinly. Corta las papas con la mandolina. Cut the potatoes with the mandolin. Batidor de mano, whisk, for beating or mixing by hand. Bate los huevos con el batidor de mano. Whisk the eggs with the whisk. Tazón means large bowl, for mixing large quantities. Mezcla la ensalada en el tazón. Mix the salad in the large bowl. And last but not least, descorchador, which means corkscrew, for opening wine bottles. Abre el vino con el descorchador. Open the wine with the corkscrew, because cooking is more fun with a glass of wine. You've made it to the end, and now it's time to put your knowledge to the test. We're going to do a little exercise to see how well you can use the Spanish word for kitchen. Ready? Let's do this! I'm gonna give you a sentence with a blank space and you need to fill it in with the correct answer. Here we go. Voy a la kitchen para cocinar la cena. Voy a la cocina para cocinar la cena. Precalienta el oven antes de hornear. Precalienta el horno antes de hornear. Pon los platos en el dishwasher después de comer. Pon los platos en el lavavajillas después de comer. Corta las verduras en la cutting board de cortar. Corta las verduras en la tabla de cortar. Llena la cup con café. Llena la taza con café. Fríe los huevos en la frying pan. Fríe los huevos en la sartén. Saca la leche del fridge. Saca la leche del refri. Rompe un egg en la sartén. Rompe un huevo en la sartén. Añade salt para darle sabor a la comida. Añade sal para darle sabor a la comida. Haz un batido en la blender. Haz un batido en la licuadora. Great job! How do you do, guys? Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep practicing these Spanish words and soon you'll be a kitchen pro in Spanish. Don't forget to download the Unacademy app to never miss your Spanish lesson of the day and watch this video again if you need to. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the Confident Spanish, and remember, if you burn everything, at least you'll know how to describe the disaster in Spanish. Nos vemos!